behind us is the DS7.
It's a sporty SUV, it's got some pretty cool looks and it's well teched out. And Michael didn't say Citroën, he said DS.
This is the manufacturer's first go at making an SUV as a standalone premium brand.
Now if this is the future of DS, it's very bright, isn't it?
It's exciting times ahead. The model we have here is just over £36,000. It's around the size of an Audi Q5, but costs just as much as a Q3.
It's 225 brake horsepower, it's got a 1.6 turbo engine, and it performs more like a hatchback than a sporty saloon.
Well, I'm going to be taking a look at the interior, the practicality, the functionality.
I'll be looking at the exterior, the styling.
We'll then both drive it to bring you our verdict on whether or not this is the car for you. Also, remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on that notification bell. Stepping inside the DS7, you're met with a very unique design. You've got the Alcantara on the dash and on the centre console. You also have soft touch plastics up here, and glossers and funky air vents. You also have this large 10-inch touchscreen. When it comes to functionality, you have all-around electric windows on these cool toggle switches in the middle here. You also have electrically operated door mirrors with blind spot detection. You have your media controls and your controls for the virtual cockpit on the steering wheel, cruise control, your paddle shifts. You have your start engine stop button, and on the higher trim levels you even get a snazzy clock that folds out on the dash. You've got a 10-inch touchscreen display which has your satellite navigation, DAB radio, Bluetooth connectivity, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have these nice shortcut buttons along the bottom here, so it makes it not too fiddly when you're driving. Down here you have your USB port and a 12-volt socket, your heated seats. You also have your toggle button for your driving modes, so you have Sport and Eco. You also have your electric shifter for the 8-speed automatic gearbox. When it comes to practicality, I've got lots of headroom and lots of legroom. The seats are fully electrically operated with electric lumbar support and memory function. They are also heated. The steering wheel has height and reach adjustment. When it comes to storage, you can fit not one, not two, but 3 bottles of water in the door bin. You can then use your cup holders in the centre here, and the chilled centre storage compartment can fit all 3 bottles of water again. There is also a little pot there for your change. There is also this door here which hides away this central storage area, perfect for putting your phone out of sight. The glove box is not the biggest in the world, but you can put the manual in there. Overall, I'm very impressed with this interior. On top spec cars, you'll get leather instead of the Alcantara. I even have somewhere to store my glasses. If this is the future of DS, then we've got bright times ahead. Stepping into the back of the DS7 is nice and easy, thanks to the raised ride height. Once you're back here, I have lots of headroom and an ample amount of legroom. This seat's set up for me, I'm 6 foot tall. The privacy glass does make it a little dark back here, but a panoramic sunroof would have made it nice and light and airy back here. One thing you might be surprised to see on an SUV of this size is electric reclining seats, along with the pull-down armrest with 2 cup holders, the USB charging points, the air conditioning vents. You do also have decent sized door bins, electric windows, your little nets on the back of the seats, a tray here for your knickknacks, touch reading lights, and of course airbags all around the vehicle. Coming round to the boot of the car, you don't have a power tailgate. On higher trim levels you do, but once you're back here you have 555 litres of space on offer. It's a nice square space, and underneath the boot floor you have a space saver spare wheel. On the sides you have the little tabs to unlatch the seats. The seats are 60/40 folding, and once they're down it increases to just over 1750 litres of space. You do have a slight lip between the boot floor and the back of the seats. That would have been rectified with a false floor. There is also tethering points.
The first thing you'll notice about the DS7 is the big commanding grille. And obviously the DS logo as well. And this symbol is the performance line symbol, so you know that you're getting a sporty car. Overall, the headlamps and the way it looks is, well, it's out of this world. and so are the LEDs inside it. The most prominent feature on this car are the LED lights. They're LED vision. Now what does that mean? Well, it means that the lights will adapt to the speed you're going. And quite surprisingly, they will throw up to 520 meters, which is quite staggering. You've also got your daytime LED running lights, rain sensing wipers, automatic headlamps, and overall the presence of this car is just phenomenal. The sculpture, the lights, the partial clamshell bonnet, and don't forget you've got your safety features housed in the little area down at the bottom too. When it comes to the side of the vehicle, you're immediately met by 19-inch alloy wheels. They're sporty, they're understated. They've got a high profile tyre, but that adds to comfort on an SUV. You've also got power folding door mirrors. Now, a cool feature on these is there's a little light that shines out through the bottom and it displays a DS symbol on the floor, so you can find your car in a car park. You've also got your performance line badge on the side of the door, and when you open the doors, you will see that the actual sill is covered by the door, which means no more muddy trousers, perfect for off-roading. You've also got your chrome roof rails, an executive trim that flows right around the windows, privacy glass, and, well, they've gone for an off-road style with giving this cladding that runs around the arches, and the lines that run down this car just make it, well, beautiful in a word. And you've got your final symbol just on the rear quarter. Stepping around to the rear of the car, well, the styling speaks for itself, and it starts off with these LED lattice style rear lenses. They're fabulous, aren't they? You've got your DS logos there, you've got your Crossback logo there. You've also got your rear privacy glass, and you've got a high level spoiler with a brake light, exhaust ports and parking sensors, and you're reminded it is the performance line DS7. It would have been nice to see a camera on this model, but if you go for a higher level trim, then you get one as part of the package.
So what's the DS7 like to drive? Well, under the bonnet we have a 1.6 litre turbocharged engine producing 225 brake horsepower.
Yeah, that's not what you expect in something like this, is it really?
No, you're expecting something like a 1.4 or a 1.6 diesel engine.
Yeah, exactly. Something that's, well, it's the perfect vehicle for trudging up and down motorways.
Well, that's it. Like, you can get those more economical engines if you want them. You can get an engine to suit your needs. However, we also have this 8-speed automatic gearbox. What I find really impressive about this car is you're paying the same sort of money for a German rival, but you're paying for sort of the smallest car on offer, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so you get a bigger car for your money.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
Yeah, I know, the refinement level, as we've mentioned, are extremely good. And with a name like DS Performance Line, with this trim, it shows you that it really has that, like, well, performance spirit at heart, doesn't it?
Well, I was going to talk about the ride next, because you don't expect a sporty ride from a car like this.
No.
Now, it's very comfortable when you've got it in normal mode.
It is.
But when you press the sport button, it then tightens up the suspension enough to make the car handle very, very well.
It's still a comfortable ride though.
That's it. We've travelled over 1,000 miles in this car.
Yeah.
And only really the largest, crateristest potholes really catch it out.
That's
really
another word like mine, isn't it?
Yes. Only the biggest potholes catch this car out.
Exactly.
But besides that, it is so good to drive.
Yeah, I know.
The steering's nice and light, that complements the comfortable ride. Yet again, when you put it into sport mode, that tightens up and makes the car a really good vehicle to drive.
Yeah, I was quite amazed at how well it could perform against sporty, well, hatches and that kind of thing on motorways. It can just put the power down. I mean, it's literally seconds and you're off, aren't you?
It does it very well.
And the sound of that engine.
It sounds really good. Like, if we put it into sport mode now, drop a gear, just don't expect that type of pull and that type of noise from this type of car. It also has a range of driving aids. It has collision detection, so if you're going to
lane keep assist,
well, yeah, that too. If you get too close to a vehicle, it tells you to brake or slow down. Does that very well. I think that's quite a refined
system. What are the brakes like?
Brakes are very good. You have no problems in thinking that you're going to stop.
Well, that's good.
You've got all-round disc brakes. it works very, very well.
We'll get up to 56 miles to the gallon. Okay, that's not spirited driving. We're, well, mid 35s just above, but
Yeah,
that's what you expect. And Michael doesn't drive these particularly
economical.
Yeah, that's the word.
Saying that, this is the more powerful 225 brake horsepower petrol engine.
And we would have this every day of the week.
Yeah, it has the performance that we desire.
Yes.
But if performance isn't what you're after and you're after more economical driving, then the diesels will produce a much better economy. Another really nice addition is the virtual cockpit. You're able to see your navigation and your speedometer and all them sort of things there. It changes. It's a lot like the system that you'd see in an Audi.
Yes.
Overall, for me, this is a very good daily driver. What I like about it is there's such ease in jumping in, driving to the shops, doing all your daily tasks. But when you press that sport button, it just makes it so exciting to drive.
Well, it completely transforms it, doesn't it? From a normal practical SUV into something that will give a decent sporty hatchback a run for its money.
That's it. You could happily take the family around in it, but when you're on your own and you want to have some fun on the back lanes, you can.
Yeah, exactly. And with this engine, I mean, okay, yes, it is quite powerful, it is quite guzzly, but if you are willing to drive it slower and more economically, it's not a bad vehicle. And the thing that I really love is a perfect motorway cruiser. We went down to Goodwood in it, and well, I prefer to sit in the back actually, because I can recline my rear seat.
So what's our verdict of the DS7?
Well, it's a perfect family SUV. It's got very, very cool looks. I mean, DS should be very proud of this first SUV.
There are a couple of niggles. This petrol engine is slightly thirsty, but if you're after economy, you would just go for one of the diesels.
Also, it would be nice to see a 7-seat option, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that is something that would have been nice. Now, this car starts from around £28,000.
And tops out at just under 44,000, but I mean, that is the entry level. But when you start going up the range, you get power tailgate, you get full leather interior, bigger alloy wheels.
Well, considering how good this car is to drive and how much cheaper it is than its rivals, it's definitely worth taking a look at.
It is, certainly. I mean, this one, especially the performance model, I mean, you get 0 to 60 in 8.3 seconds. And it's an engaging drive as well, isn't it?
It really is. I thoroughly enjoyed driving this car. I've driven it almost, well, over 1,000 miles now.
Yeah, and it's not too thirsty if you're willing to put it into eco mode. It's got lots of safety features as well. You've got blind spot detection, collision detection, lane keep assist, and active cruise control as well.
Well, it's NCAP 5.
Well,
yeah.
Exactly, it's NCAP 5. So yeah, you can really trust in DS.
If you're looking for a unique premium SUV, then the DS7 is well worth taking a look at.
It really is. For more impartial car reviews, please subscribe to Planetauto UK. If you've any questions about this car, please either visit our Discord server or leave a comment below. Thank you.